Hi, welcome back to Lockdown Therapy. It's been fun. We've been talking about dealing with negative thoughts. Like I've just gone head on. Sijakuwa na story huku kando. Oh, it's fine. Story mingine is the next time. But yeah, we've been talking about dealing with negative thoughts. And last week, what did we talk about, Candy?
So last week on our last video, we talked about things that make us develop negative thoughts, and we talked about jumping into conclusion. We talked about overgeneralizing. We talked about labeling and emotional
responses to things and catastrophizing. Yeah, we talked about all that stuff, and it was really interesting and fun. So if you haven't watched last week's video, don't worry, you'll still get what you're talking about, but kindly go back, watch it, like engage with us also on Instagram. Ask questions if you have them. So if you haven't followed us on Instagram, I say this a lot, follow us, please.
Because here you only get to meet us on Wednesdays alone, but on Instagram you can DM us, you can talk to us any day,
anytime, and then you get to see like what we do during the week, like based on the channel. Yeah. So it's all those things we talked about were what are those negative thoughts, how to identify them, or like the root. Yes, and we advised you guys to like take a search and see, like, identify the negative thoughts in your life and probably trace where they came from. Where were they coming from? An emotional response? Were they coming from
you labeling yourself?
Yeah, and we also got to be vulnerable, and we shared some of the negative thoughts that we struggled with. So you can go back and watch them if you want to find out some data about our lives. It's not that though. Yeah, but yeah, you can do that. So today, as we said last week, we're going to talk about how to deal
with negative thoughts.
So I hope you've like searched yourself, and if you haven't, there's still time. You can search yourself and know how to deal with these negative thoughts, because at the end of the day, what we've come to find out is that if these negative thoughts are not dealt with, they'll lead to greater things like
mental
issues like anxiety, depression. Those are the two major like issues, because everywhere you go you'll see depression and anxiety and then other things, but every other struggle like will come from that. Once you come to think about it, it all starts from our thoughts. What do you think about yourself at the end of the day? And if you're able to deal with that, then you're able to like control a major part of your mental health.
Yeah.
So the general point we had, like the major point, it has like 3 steps how to deal with your mental health, and three ways to deal with
mental health or
negative thoughts. Sorry guys, it reminds me of those books, How to Pass Your Exams in 3 days. So ours is how to deal with negative thoughts in 3 steps. But yeah, those 3 steps are like the summary, but they encompass so many other things. And the first one is, first identify the negative thought, and then the second one, evaluate it to find out whether it's true, if it's valid, if it's accurate, and then the last part is replace that negative thought with now the truth. And that's basically what we've been doing like the whole of last week. Today's truth, like we've been posting, we posted the whole truths for the whole week. Yeah, so that's what we've been doing, replacing the negative thoughts with now truths, like as we've been calling it, trading trash for truth. Yeah, and so identifying negative thoughts. I think that is like the whole of last week's video, right? What do you think?
And sorry, before I answer your questions, like that is the process, but there are things that you're supposed to do, like what you're talking about, mindfulness and all that stuff. Like even as you identify, as you process, evaluate, and then you replace, you're supposed to, there are things that you're supposed to be doing as a process of you dealing with the negative thought. Yeah,
it's not like identifying now, the identifying part. Like
now for you to identify, you need to be mindfully aware.
Mindfully.
Yeah, you need to know, by the I am struggling with this, and you're supposed to be able to stand as a third person. Is it a third person?
Yeah,
or like a second person?
Or an outside party.
Yeah, exactly.
I got you, sis.
An outside party said that this is Candy, yes, but I am looking at Candy from an outside perspective, where I say like
with no bias at all.
You say, Candy, by the you're struggling with this thought.
Like what Candy was saying before she was strangled by the negative thoughts was, What's that? Sometimes you have to be mindfully aware, like looking at yourself from the as a that party person who has no like hakuna kukubembeleza, you're like now on the
use
outside.
the English. Use the English.
All right, someone who
I told you.
I will not laugh at you anymore. Kadi, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm
You're
confronting
forgiven.
issues
You're
right now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're forgiven.
So yeah, you need to be able to look at yourself as an outside party and be like, you are struggling with this kind of negative thought. Yesterday you told yourself that you are not loved, Jules. Like, why did you do that? Yesterday or today when this person said this, you took it as truth and you have decided that you are not qualified, or that you will never measure up to anything, or that your life will not turn out good. Why did you do that? You know, being mindfully aware, like stepping outside a little bit of yourself and looking at now your life and giving honest remarks. Yeah.
And being aware means like you need to know like your thought process. Like, am I thinking in a positive way or a negative way? Is my mind clouded with negative thoughts or more positive thoughts? That is you being more mindfully aware.
Yeah, and one way of like identifying those thoughts, like now the practical steps is like meditating. Take time to like think about it and be like, because meditation can come in so many ways, and that's probably a video for another day. But like be in a position where you can like sit and like think about those thoughts and be able to like, yesterday I thought about this, so that means there's this negative thought that came from, like, I can be able to identify that this is the negative thought. And maybe also another way of identifying is through like self-evaluation. Self-evaluation and meditation like zinaenda pamoja. Being able to bring yourself to the table and be like, yesterday you thought about this, why did we think about this? Like being able to identify those feelings. That's the first step, identifying by being mindfully aware. Being mindfully aware how? By meditating and maybe self-evaluation.
Yeah, and then there's also sharing your feelings.
Yeah, you have to like share that's vulnerability. So if you haven't watched vulnerability, run, watch it, and then I'll come relate. Vulnerability, because at the end of the day you're sharing these negative thoughts with someone, so you have to be careful at the end of the day who I'm sharing these struggles with, because I don't want to share with someone who will amplify them and be like,
who is jumping into conclusions
and being like, ni ukweli by the way. I'm telling them, the way I've been feeling like I don't deserve this position that I'm going for. Like I already feel like I have failed at that.
And then someone will tell you something like, I don't want to hurt you, but I just have to tell you. Like, it's true.
It's true, imagine.
But I'm like, is it the right time to say atakana kwanga mtu mbaya? Do you have to like say it?
Ama they be like, unajua position ni kubwa na nika uko prepared for it. You know, there are people who are like that. This is not like fiction. Yeah, people are actually like that. Like they will talk you out of like those things and maybe amplify those negative thoughts. So again, when I'm sharing my feelings, I have to be careful who I share them with. So I can be able to share with Candy that I've been feeling like, oh, I need this and this and this, I'm not this. And Candy will be able to be like, and where is that coming from? You know, she won't even be quick to tell me that's a lie.
That's a lie from the devil.
That's a lie from the devil. No, she'll be like, where is that coming from? Like, do you think maybe it's because of this and this and this? And then because of those questions, I'll be able to be like, but it could be because of this and this. And that means that it's all been a thought in my head at the end of the day. So, yes, share your feelings, but be careful who you're sharing your feelings with. Now, that also applies in that evaluate part. Because it's like when you evaluate them from your own perspective, it can be biased. You can be like in that, mostly like when you're deep into depression and you're trying to evaluate a negative thought. You know, sometimes those times you never see anything good in yourself. So you can be like, even it's true. That's why even this person did this and that. That's why even I'm not able to form any lasting friendships because I'm this messed up, because I'm a bad person. So, but when I invite like someone else and share my feelings with them, and they can be like, you remember this time you're actually so good to me, that means you're not a bad person, you know, stuff like that. So a way of evaluating those thoughts is by maybe sharing those feelings
with people who also know you, like not just anyone.
Someone who has never met you, or someone who has just seen you at your worst. So when you come to them, they're like, kwanza ile siku venye ulifanya, by the way uko na shida kwa maisha yako, endo fikiria maisha yako. I don't know, people can really like bring you back, take you like steps back in your healing journey, so you have to be careful at the end of the day.
Yeah, I know. There's also counting your blessings.
Counting your blessings, not all the time concentrating on the negative thoughts. Like, remind yourself of the good in life.
Yeah, the good things that you have, the good things you can do.
For example, like, I don't want to say life, because like for someone struggling with depression, anxiety, or those other disorders, like sometimes life is not even something to be grateful for, because they want anything else than to feel the way they're feeling. So you can think about whatever things, like, oh, I have this nice, like the littlest of things, like the nice dress, or the person who smiled at me. That's something. Like, count your blessings, not always concentrate on the bad. Be like, oh, I was rained on yesterday. On top of being rained on, I fell off from the motorbike. Aside from falling off from the motorbike, I came home and I lost my keys. Concentrate also on the good. Be like, at least I found a motorbike. At least it rained and the plants will blossom.
Yeah, but now I'm not bad. And also, when it comes to counting your blessings, you as a person who is helping someone with dealing with negative thoughts, what you're supposed to do is don't compare their situation with someone else, where you're trying to make them feel better by comparing them. Like someone who is struggling with depression, you keep on telling them, and the way you have good parents, and the way you... Okay, I'm sure they know that part. They know that part. So just help them process whatever they're going through, because you don't know.
Or comparing them to someone who's doing worse and be like, hata we ni better.
No,
hujui maisha yangu venye inaporomoka, or umeona nani amearibikiwa, like, you're better. No, don't compare situations. And also, as we've said that counting your blessings, I remembered something I had, like in this song, there's this song Gratitude. It's by Brandon Lake and what's her name? Is it Natalie Grant? I'm not sure. It's in this, I think it's in the Christmas album. But she said that, like, this is proven research that gratitude and anxiety, they cannot exist together. Like, and it blew my mind. It was like, for real, like, when you're constantly finding things to be grateful for, there'll be no room for anxiety. Yeah. Like, there'll be no room for negative thoughts. So counting your blessings, being grateful in the littlest of things, and finding blessings and joy in the littlest of things. Like, I can be able to look at this situation. Yes, there's a storm, but I'm able to see that little ray of sunshine. Like, even if it's little, then that will just take away the negative thoughts.
Yeah, and there's always something to be grateful for.
Always.
Apart from this life, of course, we're grateful for, but there's also other things, like family, like friends, like anyone who picks their phone to call you and just check up on you. Those are things to be grateful for.
And even the simplest of things, like I woke up today and I have my eyesight. Like I have my eyesight, I can see. I remember there was this like devotional we were doing at some point.
Okay, remind me to say something.
Okay, I'll remind you, or you should just say it so that you don't forget.
Okay, let me tell you about being grateful. I think I told you there's a time I went to make my nails, and then this one time, I don't know, nikagongwa mahali, so kucha ikavunjika. Nilikwambia story?
I'm not sure. Nisahau.
So nikavunjika kucha. So vile nilivunjika, what happened is skulala from 12 to what time? 12 to around 5. So at 5 o'clock, nikaita the person who normally fix my nails. Can we meet at 6? Aki kwa sababu changu, siezi lala, sijalala. So akasema anakam. But guess what I was doing the entire night? I was like, God, ni kucha tu moja, tuatu yuchugu. Because it was like... I felt like I was dying.
It was too painful.
It was so painful, but it was very, very tiny. And I was just thinking right now, if we can learn to be grateful for those little things, like the amount of joy we can have as compared to now, us always complaining about these big things. Yeah, so even for those like good health, because
like I have my nail iko katika sikia uchungu, like that's something to be grateful for. Not that I know that candy is uchungu.
No, but it's so painful. I felt like, I think I was having a fever. I kept on checking myself, and then I was like, God, thank you for health, because I was imagining someone who is fighting an illness and they have to fight each and every day, taking meds each and every day, and me, I'm here just a nail. But yeah, that was my story. Like, learn to magnify those good things as opposed to you magnifying the bad things that are going to your life. Yeah.
And as like what I was saying, that devotional was talking about gratefulness, and it started saying this surgeon or biologist or something, just one day in his devotional, he just found himself being grateful, like, Lord, I'm grateful that there's this bone in my body that connects this and this. I'm grateful for all the vertebrae that I have. I'm grateful. Like, I remember one day when I was still in school, like campus, we were studying, and then we found we there was this I did microbiology, and then there was this part that says that there's these microbes in the sea that contribute 50% of the world's oxygen. And I was so mind blown. I was like, what? These things are so tiny, yet they're doing this much. And I was like, God, I'm grateful for this, because people can cut down trees all they want, but we'll still have those microbes in the ocean. Like, I know it's small and it's probably doesn't make sense to everyone, but I was grateful for that. Like, find things to be grateful for.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many things to be grateful for, by the way. Like, the sky is blue. Like, I can take this beautiful selfie on the outside. Like, I don't know. Like, I remember one day being with my friends at work and telling them, I think I'm grateful for the fact that we have some level of peace in our country that we take for granted. Because when you start realizing what is happening to our neighboring countries, you realize that there is a level of peace we have. And I was like, I'm grateful for that. There's always something you'll find to be grateful for. And again, gratitude and anxiety cannot exist together. So when you practice gratitude, those negative thoughts, they're gone.
You have to think of it, and I think I'll get that gratitude jar so that each and every day learn.
That gratitude jar will help. Like, even you don't even have to wait the whole year to end. Like, one day when you're feeling like overwhelmed, you can just take out that jar and start reading it and be like,
I'm thinking right now, if every day I wake up in the morning and just write, I am grateful for family, and I put it there, it means I've dealt with one negative thought or one anxious thought that will come with me thinking I don't have the best family. Yeah, you see, that makes sense.
That makes sense. Like, I'm grateful for the interview I'm going to have.
That helps I was worth giving the opportunity to, like. So yeah,
that's a good way of dealing with counting your blessings rather than over magnifying the meaning. Also, another thing is doing nice things for yourself. Yes,
feeling okay. Say that one first.
Doing nice things for yourself. Like, you can be having these negative thoughts, or like decide to just let me go and have my nails done. There's a way that just lifts you up. Like, let me go buy ice cream, or let me get that dress that I deserve. We're not encouraging overspending or being like, oh, now shopping sprees when you're feeling sad or no. But sometimes doing these little nice things for yourself, as little as they are. I remember one day, like, when I was reading through the 5 a.m. club, he was talking about rewarding yourself, and it was like, even a nap at the end of the day is a form of reward. Like, self-love in any way that you can. Self-love where you can be like, I have overcome this, so let me take this day for myself and stay at home. Or like, let me watch a movie over, like, just do something that makes you feel special. It could be matching pajamas, like, let me wear my, like, there's some joy that comes from that. Find ways of making yourself feel good.
What is that one thing, for example, if you have not done as a girl that you feel I feel like what's that one thing?
Can you answer first so that I can, like?
Okay, me, when my hair is not done, I normally feel like I am so damn ugly. I just don't want to be seen by anyone. Yeah.
When your hair is not done.
There's a time I remember a friend came home and I was so sad, and then I was like, I was just feeling embarrassed, feeling ugly. So, but when I got my hair done, I was like, really?
So it was the hair all along.
Yeah. So for me, I think when my hair is not done, that is my own self-care. If that is not done for me, it's a problem.
What will I say for me is a problem? I don't know.
Hair, nails.
No, I don't always do my nails, and also my hair, I can, like, do my hair, like, this time when I do it, I might stay 6 months with my natural hair. But I think also, like, not looking good, like, being out there knowing that Leo Siku put effort in choosing this outfit, like something like, I think that really gets to me. like knowing that yani niko huku nje CBD na sijaslaying.
Me now having a bad hair day is my worst. It doesn't have to mean I am having my natural hair out, but because right now this is my hair, but I'm like, anytime I have not done my hair, and I know in a Kaviva, I normally feel like the world should swallow me.
Me, mine, it's like knowing that I didn't put much effort in the outfit. And like I could have done better.
You see, like that point, like already makes you start developing negative thoughts.
Already, by the way.
Just thinking about it, you're like, I feel like
I could have done
I
better.
Could have done
Mbona
better.
sikuchagua vizuri? Mbona siku prepare enough, you know?
And that comes now, that is also self-awareness. Like you need to know what makes you
what
your
are
best
your triggers?
self, and then
what are your triggers? Like you know what are your triggers when I've not done my eyebrows. Maybe that's not an issue for me.
Also makeup is not an issue.
Like, makeup is not an issue. I'll just put it on. But sometimes I just don't put it on because I don't want to wake up earlier. Like when I'm going to work early in the morning. Sometimes I just quit it so that I can sleep more. But when you know that this thing can make me like have some negative thoughts, then don't do it.
Yeah, and also if there's something you're supposed to do that will make you boost your self-esteem, also don't avoid doing it.
Yeah, that brings like that's why I'm working on my consistency, you guys, because not being consistent has also led to me having negative thoughts about myself, being like, what's wrong with me? And I can't do something for 7 days in a row. And what is wrong with this? Other people are doing it. You see, comparing yourself, other people are doing it. Why are you not doing it? Like when I skip to do my devotion, I feel like I'm the worst. I'm the worst person. I'm the worst Christian. Like even God doesn't want to see me anymore. I should not go to church. I failed the entire congregation, but yeah.
And you're not the pastor, but it's fine. It's fine.
You just had to say that. Yeah, but like if there's something, if you know that not doing this will lead me to have negative thoughts, then I'd try to as much as you can to do it. And when you don't, extend grace to yourself. Like I've learned also to do that, extending grace to myself. Mostly now as I work on my consistency, I'm really extending grace to myself.
Something else is feeling your feelings. You want to start or I start?
You can start feeling your feelings.
Feeling your feelings is you feeling your feelings. There's
no other way.
Yeah, there's no other way to tell you.
If you're sad, feel the sadness.
And also know what's making you sad.
Yeah, that's it. You don't just feel it and feel sorry for yourself. No, feel it, then identify where is this sadness coming from. Have I jumped into conclusions?
Am I tired? Am I feeling sad because I'm tired?
Because sometimes you feel tired when you're tired. Like when you're tired, it happens to me. Like when I have worked a lot and I'm so tired, I'll just be sad. And then I just sit in the bed at night and be like, this life, what is this? Like I can be sad.
Hey, I remember there's a time I came from work and I was so tired I cried.
Me too.
But that was
I just didn't want to say. Thank you for saying it. Like that sometimes I cry because I'm tired.
Yeah, that was during that time, 30th, 31st, because I was working night shift and I was like, I am so tired. I just want to cry. I remember crying and telling me, and I was like, oh. But I knew I was sad because I was tired. Because the moment I took a shower and I was like, girl, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, I know. When you just stressed, I will and be like, it's because I was tired. That's why, yeah. So
identify your feelings, feel your feelings, and then know why you're that way.
Yes.
We're being distracted by my sister.
She's home. Thank God it's not the cat.
You wanna say hi to your people?
Sasa ni watu wa Kandi na Julie.
Poa sana.
Ati watu wa Kandi na Julie.
Yeah. Actually, that's it.
Is that it?
Yes, that's it.
I think I'd like to add something though. What I'd like to add is
trace your thoughts. We've said that.
Yeah, trace your
thoughts and feelings and objects.
I don't remember what was.
Julie's one who wrote that point, and I'm like, objects. How are objects?
I don't. But it was valid when we were reading that article, but now I don't remember what it is about. But it's fine.
Does it mean like you can
separate yourself from them, Mama?
When you say it's what an object. An object is something you can. I'm assuming it's something you can see.
and also like separate yourself from it.
Yeah,
It's
so
not
you can
human.
address it and go like,
We've just gotten to the bottom of it here. Your thoughts and feelings, they are objects.
I'm not sure, but Julie is one brother.
They are objects, and you can separate yourself from them.
Okay.
They are not who you are. But I think I'd like to add that, like when we were talking about that preaching you sent to me as Stephen Fatik about the devil you held me for so long, he said that there's something that he said that was so profound, that sometimes we take our personal experiences and we call them truths. And just that's our personal experiences, and then now we call them that we take them as the fact. That's a negative thought on its own, like because like everyone because this person, like we said, because this person rejected me, now I'm gonna say it, it's okay,
You're
because
the relationship queen.
no, this rejection is general. Yeah, because this person rejected me, then everyone else will reject me, meaning I have a problem. You're like, you see, you've taken our personal experiences are not true. And now, as we've said, identify what the thought, evaluate this thought, and then now replace it with the truth. You don't just stop at that. You have to replace these thoughts constantly. Speak to yourself, tell yourself that I am worthy, because that's the truth. And then, like, if you tell yourself that I am worthy for this position, make yourself worthy for the position by doing the work, like do the
Very deep stuff. Make yourself
worthy for that opportunity by putting in the work. You don't just not prepare for an interview or for an exam, and then when it goes bad, you're like, what's wrong with me? Now that negative that you could have dealt with by preparing well enough for the interview. So make yourself worthy by doing the work. Make yourself worthy of love by loving. Make yourself worthy of good things by giving the good things. It's like
even as you said with vulnerability, it all starts with you. I feel so.
Yeah, give something to get it, Yeah. So I hope this has been helpful in identifying your negative thoughts and dealing with them. You don't just identify and stop there. Deal with them. And has it been fun?
Yeah,
it's been really fun, you guys.
Is there something we're leaving behind?
I'm thinking, I don't think so. I think we've addressed whatever is within our capacity to address.
Yes, and that's it. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and also leave a comment. And if you have any question concerning the topics that we're talking about, just DM us on our Instagram at Lockdown Therapy, and we'll respond. Yes.
Is that it? Yes.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's it.
Bye.